Hello, today I'm going to teach you guys how to identify the Skinwalker on Demonology and how to not get trolled when doing it. So first, I think it's important to analyze the description of the ghost, so pause to read. Did you read it? If yes, let's go. First, let's analyze their behavior. In their description, it says that the Skinwalker is a ghost that roams frequently and spends mostly of its time outside their favorite room. Something that can be quite annoying since, depending on the difficulty you're playing, you can't really take track of what the ghost is doing and its evidence since it's constantly roaming. But on the other side of the coin, from what I've experienced, the Skinwalker is an active ghost that will interact frequently. So keep an eye on that behavior. Now, let's talk about one of the most important parts, the abilities. The first ability of the Skinwalker is to fake ghost orb evidence. But how exactly? The fake orb will appear as a normal ghost orb floating through the ghost favorite room. There is no difference between a fake orb and a true orb, and keep in mind that the fake orb doesn't count as evidence. I'll explain that later. Now, let's talk about their second ability, mimic other ghosts' abilities. I didn't find any footage or experience this Skinwalker ability to say if it actually happens or not, but in theory, they should do that. For example, the Oni sprints when hunting. The Skinwalker could imitate that when hunting or imitate entities' ability that is teleporting. Now, let's talk about the Skinwalker's evidence. As any ghost, the Skinwalker has only 3 evidence, these being freezing tongue, ghost writing, and spirit box. Remember when I said that fake orb didn't count as evidence? That's why the Skinwalker has 3 pieces of evidences, but ghost orb isn't one of them. Again, keep that in mind. Now you guys must be questioning why I'm repeating all this like an old clock. But it's because mostly of the fatal errors involve everything I'm saying here. Most people forget or don't know that Skinwalker fakes orb evidence. That's what makes people get trolled by such lovable being hateful. Now that you know how the Skinwalker behaves and its abilities, now I'll show how to identify one using a video that I recorded. For a better demonstration, I used the Juniper Road on medium difficulty, but it works on any difficulty and map. The first thing I did was take the video cam Tom and SB. I'll make a video about it. Take note that after I find the orb, the ghost interacts with the window closet. KK, now stopping at this part. You see, after I put Ghost Orb and SB evidence, I had to Ghost Possibilities, Nightmare, and Phantom. If I didn't know, I would just eliminate all other possibilities of evidence and only search for M5 and negative tongue. And that would not be good again. I'll explain later. Instead, I'll do what I call the Death Note trick, which basically consists of throwing the writing book to guarantee the possibility of a Skinwalker when the evidence doesn't match LOL. So, watch it. GG. As you can see, the evidence doesn't match, but as I said before, the Skinwalker fakes ghost orb evidence, so in the ghost orb place, there is negative tongue. Watch it closely. I'll use the long time here to talk about why I said that it would be bad if I didn't use the death note trick. Remember that Ghoul was on our ghost possibilities before. Yeah, Ghoul has ghost orb, SB, and negative tongue as evidence. As I said before, we had ghost orb and SB. If I didn't use the trick on this part, I would find the negative tongue and would guess Ghoul. So keep in mind that Ghoul is also a tricky guess and did the death note test before. See, negative tongue. In this part, I simulate what would be like if a person put all evidence together. In a resume, that's it. This video is more to teach that method, and I'm sorry if it's not well explained. If someone has a question, ask in the comments. Cool.